Hello, my name is May. I am a learning leader at Paul Mitchell the School Houston and also the texture specialist. Today we will be going over feed-in braids and I cannot wait to get started. So you want to make sure that you cleanse the hair before you start your braiding process. You want to make sure that you get something like a tea tree lavender mint or probably the tea tree special, and then you want to moisturize the hair back with some awapui or anything that has to do with moisturizing, which is like the Clean Beauty Hydrate. So before you get started, you want to make sure that when you part the hair that your parts are precise. So I'm gonna grab my rat tail comb and I'm gonna pull her back, my mannequin, and you decide exactly where you want to start your parting. Normally I want it in the middle. The nose is my point of reference, and so I part right down the middle of the head, making sure that my parts are perfect, because when you do braids, your parts are what's going to show more than anything. Your parts are going to show more than the braid. So I'm going to go down the middle of her head, across the apex, on down to the lower crown and to the nape area. So after I do that, I'm going to clip one side over so that it will not get mistaken and be with the first braid that I'm going to do. So after you establish your parts, you want to grab some product. And my two products of choice is the Maverick Original Pomade, which is an ideal braiding product. It's like a gel and a conditioner mix. And also you'll have the Tea Tree Grooming Pomade. These are my two favorite ones. And I also, what I actually love about these products is that they're clear. So they won't leave a residue or white flakes in it at all. It's very beautiful when you finish your braids. So I'm going to take my Tea Tree Grooming Pomade and I'm going to go right down the middle of my mannequin's hair to establish that finished look when it comes to my part. So you bring it all the way down. You need just a little bit, not that much. Take it down that part. And after you establish your part, you want to take your rat tail comb and you want to comb it through. So now you have an idea on exactly where you want to plant your feed-in braid. I also brought a baby hair brush because a lot of our, baby hair is all the trend. So it's always ideal to make sure you have one of these, as well as the nourishing oil from hemp. Also, you would like to have for our 1A guests that love to wear feed-in braids is the the awapui texture spray. It'll give you that tacky feeling when you're trying to braid 1A hair to 4C. Now, so the hair that you want to purchase is pre-stretched hair. It limits your time of stretching the hair. You can get it at any beauty supply, your local beauty supply, along with the baby hair brush. And so the price ranges from 99 cents to $7. So just depending on how much hair you want. This one is $7.99 and it comes with like 4 bundles. So what you want to do is you want to take the hair out and prepare it. This is 18 inches. It ranges from 18 inches to 58 inches, depending on how long your guest wants their hair. And it comes in a pack like this, a variety pack. You take the rubber band off, set it down, and then it comes with a rubber band at the top. Undo it. And then you want to take your index finger and your thumb and lock it in. And you want to comb that hair out, making sure that you don't lose any hair or that you have control over that hair. So you want to take, again, your index finger and your thumb, lock it in with the other 3 fingers, and comb it with your detangling comb. That'll save you a lot of headache. So after you comb it out, you want to separate it. So when you separate it, you want to take your thumb and you want to roll it in your fingertips. Now that's the best way you can figure out how much hair you want to use each time that you add the feet in. So I'm going to take some out, shake it, and lay it across my tray, and you're going to continue to do that. And as you do it, it gets bigger and bigger. So that allows that hair to, that braid to grow. So you're going to be doing a flat Dutch braid. So as you separate that hair, laying it on your tray. So you want to separate about 7 to 9, or whichever number of pieces you feel like you want to use. It's all up to your discretion. So I laid it out. So I take the rest of the hair, loop it so that I can stay keeping control of that hair, pull my thumb through it, and save it and put it to the side. So next I'm going to grab my rat tail comb. And so with feet and braids, like I said earlier, you want to make sure that your parts are perfectly complete. So I'm going to start from right at the middle of that part and work my way down. And kind of a diagonal back type of parting. And I'm going to work my way down to the nape area. And don't worry if you struggle with parting. That was one of my biggest problems and challenges, should I say discoveries, was parting off my braids. The more you do it, the more easier it gets. So I'm going to part that off, and I'm going to put a clip and put it to the side. And like I did earlier, I'm going to take my product this time. I'm going to use the original pomade and put it right on the part. I bring her back up, and I'm going to like almost grease her scalp with it. It's going to give me some control when it comes to that section. Laying it down, it gives a nice polished effect. Lay that right down on that part, and it also allows you to perfect your part once you put that product on that scalp. I'm going to also take some more, and I'm going to put it right above, well, should I say under that same section. A lot of times we think that that Paul Mitchell do not have products for braiding, and we absolutely have it. We have products for every hair type. So after I apply it there, I'm gonna take it in my hands, rub it together, and put it on, apply it to the ends. So now I have a nice, stiff, yet controlled section. I'm gonna take my comb and make it even. I'm gonna even out that product, work it down from the base to the ends on both sides of that section. I'm gonna lift that hair, bring it through. So now she's ready. So I'm gonna bring her over, and I'm going to do maybe about 1/4 of an inch at the very front of that braid. And then also what's important when it comes to applying braids, feed ends, is remembering your count. So that it can be it can be even. So I'm gonna take 3 pieces. I'm gonna do a Dutch braid. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to add her hair. I'm gonna remember that my index finger is pointing down towards her face so that I can remember that's where my count starts, or should I say end. And I'm gonna add more of her hair. And now I'm gonna add the feet in. So I'm gonna take it, make sure it's evenly distributed at the ends because you don't want it to be lopsided. I'm gonna loop it around my index finger and I'm going to apply it. And then I'm gonna do a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, I'm adding her hair and my index finger, well, my index finger is pointing down towards her face. I'm gonna take another piece. I'm gonna loop it, making sure that it's evenly distributed at the ends. Then I'm going to apply it with my 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my finger right back at her face. In the same position, I'm gonna take another piece. I'm gonna loop it, apply it. I'm gonna run my fingers through that hair, making sure that it's not tangled because I only have use of one hand, which is my dominant hand. I'm gonna drop that excess hair and I'm gonna continue to braid. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you notice, see how that braid is starting to grow, it's getting bigger. It's perfectly even with my tension. I'm gonna take that piece, making sure it's even. I'm gonna loop it and I'm gonna apply it. 1, 2, I'm gonna add her hair into that Dutch flat braid. 3, 4, gonna add some more of her own natural hair. My fingers are pointing towards her face. I got a 4 count going, evenly distributed, looping it, adding it. We're gonna go with that 1, 2, combing that hair through with my fingertips. 3, 4. As you can see, that braid is starting to grow. Taking that extra hair, making sure it's the right length. They're meeting at the tips. I'm gonna loop it. I'm gonna add it. I'll lean her over a little bit. I'm gonna count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're coming to the end. Now, if you decided to add more hair, you can. If she wanted it down to her feet, you can keep continuing adding hair. If she wanted to the middle of her back, it just all depends on how long she wants this braid to grow. So it's even at the ends, loop it, add it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna continue to braid down because that's all I'm gonna add. Braid it down. And then you flip your fingertips over. Your thumb is gonna be in control of this braid because it's gonna keep that tension going. You can also do a French flat braid. Braid it down, making sure that it's nice and tight. You're gonna continue with the consistency of that braid. And I got something to show you that is very important towards the end, so that when you dip it in hot water, which is gonna make it smooth out, braid it down. You wanna be consistent. And once you get to the end of that braid and you're running out of hair, you wanna make sure that you create a rope braid. That's gonna give her more length, it's gonna look more polished, and she will love you for this. Or he, whoever wants the braids. So now I'm at the ends, and if you can see, there's just a little bit more left. I'm gonna split that in 2, and I'm gonna take, with my dominant hand, my non-dominant hand, I'm gonna go to the right. So you're gonna twist it, twist, and you're going to create a rope braid. You're going to take your non-dominant hand and cross over. Your dominant hand is going to stay stationary and hold as your non-dominant hand twist and cross over. Twist, cross over, twist, cross over, twist, cross over, twist, cross over, until you're down to the end of that braid. And that's how you finish it off. And if you want to put charms on it, you can take from the beauty supply as well. You can add them to dress the braid. And that makes it really pretty. So this is our finished look. This is our feed-in braid. You can make really good money applying this to your guests if they wanted it. Anywhere between $80 to $200. And if there's anything else you would like to see, like and subscribe. I would love to show you. And thank you. Don't forget to hit that like button. And I will be seeing you soon.